is Jenny Lynn, and this is my channel, and this episode is all about pumpkins. So, what I'm going to show you is a really easy thing that just about anybody can do if you want to do a painting on a pumpkin. So I know there's some of you out there that love carving real pumpkins, and that's wonderful, but I have found that they just don't last very long. Like, they have a tendency to go bad and sink in, and you don't get very much time when you carve a pumpkin. So this is something you can do with real pumpkins or a fake pumpkin like this. I just got this for a couple bucks. What you can do is you can actually paint on these. I just use acrylic paint, just fairly cheap stuff. What I do is I like to make a stencil. So this particular stencil I just made out of paper, and it's a cat. It's a silhouette of a cat. And so what I do is I make a little stencil, and then I figure out exactly where it is on the pumpkin I want to put it, and then I just trace around the outline, and then I paint it. So you can, paint anything you want on pumpkins, use any color you want. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the silhouette black, so it's kind of like that more traditional sort of look, like it looks like it's carved. And I'm doing this because I want to be able to, keep this as a decoration for many years. So I'm just going ahead and I'm doing it this way. And to make my stencil, there's parts of the stencil that I cut out, like the eye and the ear. I did use an X-Acto knife for those parts. So when you are using an X-Acto knife, be very, very careful. These are really, really sharp. When you're cutting out your stencil, you're going to want to make sure that you're cutting on a surface that it's okay if it gets damaged. So you can use like a piece of cardboard or something like that. If you want to make a stencil that you can, use over and over and over, and that holds up really well, you can find different types of plastic like at craft stores, and you can actually make stencils out of plastic as well. But because I'm only doing one of these, I just went ahead and did a paper stencil. So now I'm going to show you how I trace it on and paint it. So keep on watching. For what in the heck is Jenny eating? And today I'm going to be trying something I've never tried before. It's candy corn flavored cotton candy. some of you out there, I know you hate candy corn. I actually don't mind it. A little bit of it every year is fine. I can't overdo the candy corn, but they also make candy corn in lots of different flavors now. It's not just the standard flavor, but this one I believe is just a standard flavor candy corn, cotton candy. And it's made by a company called Fun Sweets. I've never heard of them before, but hey, we're gonna give it a try. Ooh, my goodness. Oh yeah, it's very strong. It's hard to tell on this camera, but it's actually a very, very light orange color. It looks probably white on camera, but let's try it. It's actually really, really good. I thought it was going to be a lot stronger, but it's actually not too bad. It's kind of like a very light flavor. It's not overwhelming, you know, like when you eat candy corn, it's just like a very like wah, in your face kind of flavoring, but this is actually not bad. It tastes a lot like just regular cotton candy, with just a slight hint of the candy corn in it. It almost reminds me of like ceiling insulation. Don't eat that, by the way. Don't eat that. But it reminds me of I bet you will never unsee that. You will always think, this looks like ceiling insulation. I really like it. It's very good. I'm probably going to eat this whole container. The only thing about cotton candy that I don't like is that you just get so sticky. You get kind of sticky from eating that. You know, your fingers get all like... But hey, I really, really enjoy this. I happen to like candy corn, so I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5. Totally. 5 out of 5, highly recommend. I think this cost me like $1. So, there you go. Keep on watching. And now I'm going to hit you with some amazing facts about pumpkins. So the original jack-o'-lanterns were made with things like turnips and potatoes, and that was done by the Irish. In England, they actually used really large beets. They carved them up and then they lit them inside with embers to ward off evil spirits. Pumpkins are grown on every single continent on our planet except Antarctica, because that's pretty much just a frozen wasteland all of the time. And over 1.5 billion pounds of pumpkins are produced each year in the United States. The world's heaviest pumpkin was 2,600 pounds. Yikes. Wow. I can't even imagine that. Whew, that's one big pumpkin. And each pumpkin contains approximately 500 seeds. And lastly, pumpkins are not a vegetable. They're really not. Even though we call them vegetables, they are technically a fruit. I didn't know that till today. So, hope you guys learned something. Keep on watching. And now it's time for me to talk about one of the great debates of fall. Apple or pumpkin? So I have my own feelings about pumpkin and apple. I like both. However, the only thing to do with pumpkins that I actually really like is pumpkin pie. I am not a fan of the pumpkin everything else. There's like pumpkin Oreos, pumpkin coffee, pumpkin beer, and just about anything else you can name is pumpkin flavored, and not everything that you get has actual pumpkin in it. It's just a flavoring. And then you have apple, and there's a lot of different foods that you eat, and apple isn't strictly just a fall time fruit. It's actually pretty much year round. But you know, pretty much from when you begin eating foods as an infant, you have applesauce, and then as you age and turn to an old person, you end up eating a lot of applesauce. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you have a favorite? I'm gonna have to go. I like both. Love pumpkin pie. But if I had to pick just one, I would go with everything apple. I love apple cider. I love just eating apples by themselves. I love apple pie. So if I had to just pick one, I would definitely go with apple. However, if you're eating apple pie versus pumpkin pie is surprisingly much more healthy for you. It's got a lot of vitamin C in it and other things, and it's got a lot less sugar. So apple pie, unfortunately, is probably not the best choice as far as healthy is concerned. But we are talking about pie. I mean, come on. Desserts aren't necessarily the most healthy thing. I mean, they might be great for your mood, but yeah. So please let me know what you guys think. Are you all about pumpkins, or are you all about apples? Do you like both? Do you hate both? Let me know. Keep on watching. Here's the finished product. It came out really awesome. It's still drying a little bit right here. You can see that the paint's still wet, but I ended up doing 2 coats of paint because the first coat was a little bit streaky. So I just went ahead and I put on a second coat of black paint, and I'm really happy with how it came out. Really a handsome cat. Yep, and I love that this decoration I can actually keep and I can use year after year after year. So this is a really, fun way to, make a decoration that is custom to what you like, or, you can write anything you want, you can paint anything you want, and you can just keep them. And they also make really cool little seasonal gifts. So if you, get a few pumpkins and you want to paint them up and then give them off as gifts, that's actually a really cool idea as well. So with that said, please like, share, comment, subscribe. hit the notification bell, and check out my links down in the description box below. And I got a really fun Halloween episode planned, so be looking for that shortly. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.